Yeah, because
humid wise.
Oh, humidity. Yeah, no, you came at a good time. Came. And I have to say,
twice on the plane.
What?
Twice on the plane.
Twice on the plane.
Yeah, when it goes up, I'm like, oh, we're gonna go hit something, and then it lands. I'm like, oh, it's happening.
Literally, any vibration to Jay's balls, and he just shoots a load off. Okay, so.
Well, yeah, because I left at the right time because my neighborhood where my house is just went through a blackout.
Oh yeah, that's right. So while all of this is happening, we'll talk more about royal family stuff later. We'll table that for now. You've lived in California for how long now?
8 years.
8 years. And
almost every year since I've lived there, they've been doing rolling blackouts. And the funniest part is that they do rolling blackouts in like the poorest neighborhoods. Now it's getting worse, and it's expanding worse to other neighborhoods and stuff. But it's really funny that you have people like Gavin Newsom telling residents when it's hundreds of degrees outside to only put their AC at 78 degrees at night or turn it off completely, while they don't do any of that shit whatsoever. I bet you $1 billion that there has not been a day that this motherfucker has not put his thermostat above 78 degrees.
No one does that.
Not a fucking
unless
day.
Your name is Taylor Lorenz.
Well, she's a fucking moron. 0 people have done it.
Mueller, she wrote, tweets out, new rule. People who don't believe in climate change shouldn't be allowed to comment on rolling blackouts in California, especially after the Texas grid clusterfuck.
Well, the funny thing about this, and when I say funny, it just means that she's a fucking moron and a complete dumb fucking piece of shit, is that there was a fluke. It was like a fluke climate thing that happened that caused the Texas blackouts. Because
it was a like massive ice storm, which is not exactly. It's not uncommon to have that in the Southwest
right, but
in the middle of winter.
But it hit the right spots at the right times, and the funny thing about it is that because it hit like the green grid places and stuff, stopped
because they think this they think like solar and wind is somehow like going to replace coal and natural gas and nuclear power. In fucking Europe right now, where they're having one of the biggest energy crises since fucking World War II.
Right, crises or crisis?
One of the biggest crises.
Crises? That's how you say it?
That's plural. Yeah.
Crises.
Crises.
Okay, go on.
I don't want to say crisis because then it would.
Go on.
Okay. Anyways. What happened? They were trying to shut down. Germany wanted to shut down their nuclear power plants.
They did.
They did.
No, they did. This is the problem.
But now they're going back to coal because they don't have, because Russia shut off the Nord Stream 2 pipeline.
Yeah, because of
so all the gases are going there.
And that was the thing that happened there is fucking like it is a Greek. It's like a Greek tragedy that is so perfect that it's insane. Because Trump was saying it 2 or 3 years ago
in front of the UN,
and at the faces of Germany, talking about how them relying on Russia is a mistake and it's going to bite them in the ass. And then why the fuck are we paying NATO all these billions of dollars to fight against Russia when they're going to pay them billions of dollars for their oil? And at the end of the day, and I say this all the fucking time, and I'm going to continually say this, is that these people are full of shit. Because if they're going to allow and say it's okay to get oil from places like Russia, Iran, China, and all these places who have zero regulation that goes into protecting the environment, they're full of fucking shit when they talk about how much they care about the environment.
Well, yeah.
Because Germany has huge regulations on producing oil. The United States has huge regulations on producing oil. All of these places have more regulations to protect the environment and producing oil than any of these countries that we have the president of the United States now going and begging for. He went and fist bumped Saudi Arabia for fuck's sake, and he's going to go and suck the dick of Venezuela to get the fucking oil from them while they continually do harm to their own citizens.
Wait, are they really trying to suck Venezuela's dick?
Yeah, he went and had a meeting with him to get oil from him.
Nicolas Maduro?
Yes.
No fucking way.
Yeah, you can. You can.
All right, let me open.
Go ahead and Google it.
Let me open my epileptic.
It's really bad.
It's really bad.
And
it's actually
it's fucking me up right now. It's really fucking me up right now. But you can go. You can go in and you can say that President Trump had a meeting with Venezuela. And the funny thing is,
Trump or
Biden.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that like Venezuela, Iran, all these places are laughing their fucking ass off at us, saying that that's not gonna happen, and they're not gonna do it. No, it is an old story.
Sorry, but he must have completely missed the boat.
You did, but he did do it. He went to go and ask Venezuela for help with oil. Venezuela, and then they're trying to get Iran to do it while Iran is trying to assassinate American citizens on American fucking soil.
And obviously it's not unheard of that like foreign countries come into the United States to literally find and kill defectors. They've done it, North Korea, Iran,
Saudi Arabia,
Venezuela. Like it's not unheard of.
And the funny thing is that we don't have
Russia.
We don't have to be in this situation. In the United States, we have more than enough oil to be able to frack, to drill, to do all of the things that we need to do to become completely energy independent from all of these places. And not only that, we have more than enough funds to actually build nuclear power plants that we don't even need to fucking drill to run the power plants.
So one thing I've noticed is that when it comes to nuclear power, there have been a lot of climate change activists, particularly the ones who've been pushing let's call them the pro-Green New Deal climate change activists, who focus on renewable energy. And by renewable, I mean dog shit energy.
Yeah.
The stuff that it can't literally power my vibrator. I'm sorry.
It doesn't do shit.
My vibrating fleshlight.
If you ever If you ever drive towards like Palm Springs in California, we have acres upon acres of fucking land that is used to try and produce windmill fucking energy, and it doesn't do jack shit. On the way to Vegas, we have one of the biggest fucking farms of solar energy that doesn't do jack shit. And these environmentalists and climate change activists and all this type of stuff are completely silent on what it does to the animal habitat that live within those places.
Unbelievable for like wind farms and solar farms.
We kill birds. We kill fucking turtles.
The deforestation just happening by that alone is insane, because they're chopping down trees, plowing down forests to create these solar and wind farms that, as I said, cannot even power my vibrator. I mean, my vibrating fleshlight. I mean,
your anal plug. It's a
big
one.
My anal plug
it's a big one. It's a massive one. It's like this big.
But look, because they have basically used all of this shit. By the way, I'm pretty sure they knocked down all of those trees and forests using like naturally gas
gas powered fucking tools and shit. Chainsaws, machines, fucking trucks, all of that.
Plows, trucks, you name it. So the irony here is obviously very rich. But one thing that's really interesting here is that you still have people like Greta Thunberg out there saying that like nuclear energy is not going to be what saves the planet. It's going to be renewable energy. And because of like her efforts, not only is Germany shutting down their nuclear power plants, so have already shut theirs down. You have other countries in Scandinavia where Greta is from, and they're shutting their shit down, relying on wind and solar. And at that time, they realize the renewable energy is failing, and they have to switch to actual like coal, natural gas, and oil.
And the biggest thing is when you see the trajectory of the carbon footprint of the United States, it's gone down tremendously because of natural gas. because of fracking, because we switch from coal to these other forms of fossil fuels that allow less and less carbon footprint to be made. And it's just not enough for these guys, because it's not about the environment. When you look at their statements, no, it's about dismantling the complete economic structure we have right now.
That's all about control.
Yeah, but the economic structure we have right now, which is capitalism that's going on in the United States, fucking irks them to their core.
So yeah, they want to bring in socialism and
change as a fucking excuse to try and switch it all completely over.
Yeah,
our economy is heavily based on fossil fuels, and if they really fucking cared, the biggest contributors to it is China and India.
Right.
And we don't hear jack shit from them.
Every global pact, whether Paris Climate Accord, Montreal Accord, you will never get China. At least China, I don't know about India, you'll never get them to the table to actually have them agree to like reduce carbon emissions or reduce like any like greenhouse gas emission, because they don't give a fuck.
They don't.
So my proposed solution has always been invade every country and make them America, and you get rid of both immigration and climate change, and everybody can shut the fuck up.
Right, but mine is nuclear power.
I mean, nuclear power would be
power.
That'd be much more realistic.
Share the technology and the engineering capacity with everyone out there. Switch them over. Even like if you really cared about it, this is what you will do. You will go to these countries, tell them why it's better, and actually fucking fund it. Instead of spending these billions and trillions of dollars in the United States to force families to have to go through sacrifices that they don't have to go through in order to protect the world. Like you have people like John Kerry and Gavin Newsom coming out and telling mothers of families like with 6 kids, 8 kids and stuff, saying that you pumping gas in your van is going to destroy the world, and you have to turn off your AC and make your families feel as without as possible, while they're in their private jets on a cool fucking 72 climate.
It wasn't a fucking Kim Kardashian saying, I fight climate change how, I choose to, while flying in a fucking private jet. These people have no shame. And I think it's important to recognize this kind of like comes full circle here, okay? Because we started the show talking about Queen Elizabeth's death, King Charles, or I guess that what his name is still up for debate, might be King George, but we haven't gotten an official announcement yet, as of this recording, or the stream. In any event, these people who wax poetic seriously do not give a fuck about the rest of us, and 2, do not practice what they preach. Just look at people like shitheads like Gavin Newsom, who is, as you already said, never raising his thermostat above 78.
Right. And the thing is, if they were smart, which they're not, they would have like a thermostat watch. They would have videos of him showcasing that he's putting his thermostat above 80 in order to conserve climate change, instead of just videos of him pleading to families who are so fucking needy in California, who have fucking barely anything but the satisfaction of AC in their fucking homes, and telling them that they need to have that sacrifice.
Habibi.